Woo! Welcome, everyone, to the Daily Juice Podcast on the Betting Pros Network. I'm your host, Sean Stacking the Money Green. And as always, the Daily Juice is being brought to you by BetMGM. Use our promo code JUICE150 and get yourself a $1,000 risk-free bet. All right, what do we got coming at you? We got 3 more picks, 2 baseball, 1 NFL preseason. Coming off a 2-1 night, about a plus 0.55 units of profit. Thanks again to Dodgers on the run line has just been just a machine. I don't even want to talk about the Dodgers covering a run line once again, because when something is this hot, you don't acknowledge it. You just take the money and move on. Dodgers beat the Royals 13-3. Again, their bats are insanely hot. I don't know. Someone in the Discord, bettingpros.com/chat, said, anyone fading the Dodgers? I was the only guy I think who responded. He goes, not me. Because why get cute and build some crazy story against them? Sometimes you just don't look a gift horse in the mouth and don't look a Dodgers run line in the mouth as well, because that thing is just printing money. The gambling gods gave you an ATM. Don't start bragging about it. Just quietly take the money, put it away for some bets that may not hit in the future. Squirrel away some easy winnings. Just keep riding this Dodgers money line. Let's go. By the way, coming to you live from Canton, Ohio, out here for the Fantasy Football Expo. Got to hang out in the Hall of Fame, which, again, if you've never been to the Football Hall of Fame, it is awesome. It's like it's like a museum, but it's way cooler because it's about football. It's like a museum on steroids, and that's not. Although probably some of the guys, let's be honest, maybe got in there with a little juice, not as hung up as the Baseball Hall of Fame. Football is just like, hey, come on in. Very, very fun. As an Eagles fan, getting to see Brian Dawkins, Reggie White, it just gets you fired up about football. And I mean, we're talking about betting preseason football, obviously. If you like this show, you like gambling on sports, you probably also like football. Bills got the outright win, had him as a 1.5-point dog, 27-24. Nice comeback by the Bills here. Again, I like taking teams like the Bills. Again, great coaching record, but they also have that quarterback depth. I mean, Case Keenum, Matt Barkley, not amazing by any means, but in a preseason game, maybe that's the way you look. And really, Bills got done with a defensive touchdown, but again, like McDermott, like his coaching record there. And they were down 24-16, so I was really worried about them getting a touchdown to tie, or 24-22, and then having to go for 2, not getting the 2, and then not covering the plus 1.5. Fortunately, they just got the outright win, didn't have to worry about it. But only loser of the card was the Seattle Seahawks. Lost outright 25-32, had them catching 3.5. Man, felt good, especially late. They were tied 25-25. Steelers got sacked, had to give the ball back to the Seahawks. I mean, Drew Lock is at midfield. And again, Drew Lock is running the 2-minute drill. That's kind of why I like the Seahawks. I do like the Steelers moving forward, because they also have good QB depth. I mean, again, they're not amazing quarterbacks for the regular season, but Mitch Trubisky, Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph is actually a very strong 1, 2, 3, 4 preseason football. And, Tomlin historically pretty good. I liked Seattle because they were getting the 3.5, and Carroll is an ATS machine in preseason. And it certainly looked good until under 2 minutes when Drew Lock fumbles at midfield. And then I'm just, okay, just get a field goal. And then Kenny Pickett, bastard, had to throw a touchdown. Shout out to him in his debut. But, that was an annoying way. And it wasn't even like a great throw. It was just more a great play by the wide receiver. But if we're being honest, kind of got a nice break night before with the Falcons. Almost exact same situation where, Lions kind of could have run the clock out. Atlanta gets the strip sack. They get the ball. Then on 4th down, Desmond Ridder kind of throws up a little bit of a prayer, get the touchdown there. So, hey, gambling gods, they giveth, they taketh away. But hey, speaking of giveth, we are giving away a Brian Dawkins jersey autographed, of course, courtesy of our good buddies over at Pristine Auction. Just go to youtube.com/bettingpros, subscribe to our channel, comment on this video, and that's all you got to do. Turn the notifications on, of course, because you don't want to miss the news when we announce you are the winner of a sweet, sweet Brian Dawkins jersey. autographed, of course, as always. All right, first preseason NFL pick, and only actually. Give me the Minnesota Vikings catching 4 against the Raiders. You can get that over on DraftKings. I don't know if there is a letdown spot in the preseason, but Josh McDaniels got his first victory there for the Raiders. Hometown of Canton. Still kicking myself for missing that angle earlier. Got the victory over the Jags, and now goes back home. Meanwhile, he's not that great as a preseason head coach. Again, we're talking small sample sizes. This is why, the preseason's kind of unique with these data sets, but 3-6, even with that win last week against the Jags. So I think he is still a good coach to fade. And speaking of good coaches to fade, we like riding with first-time NFL head coaches, either in their first year or in particular in their first game in the NFL preseason. So far, week 1, it's off to a great start. First-time NFL head coaches, 4-0 straight up. So I think the Vikings are certainly live dogs, but at +4, that is a massive number for preseason. So all over the Vikings +4 there. Kirk Cousins is out with COVID, it looks like. So that's not a huge deal. Again, he probably only plays 1 drive, maybe 2 if they're feeling frisky. Kellen Mond, I think actually kind of for the Vikings might have a chip on his shoulder. Zimmer really threw him under the bus there. It felt like at the end of his tenure. So I think he comes in with a chip on his shoulder, and I think they show up. 4 is a massive number for this Vikings team, I think. And give me the Vikings catching 4 against the Raiders. Moving over to baseball. I keep riding 2 teams, and I'm going back to these same 2 teams because they keep printing us money. Orioles, +1.5, -150 on the run line at the Rays. Get that over on DraftKings. First off, Royals coming off a 10-3 loss here to the Rays. After a loss, the Orioles are 38-15 on the run line. The Orioles as a dog. This is when we keep playing them, when they're dogs. Sometimes they're favorites, and then anytime we played them there, that hasn't worked out, and they're just not as good. They're great as dogs. Orioles are 66-31 on the run line as a dog. Now, Orioles pitcher Jordan Lyles, he's been great when it comes to covering 1.5. In the last 11 games where Jordan Lyles has been the starter, the Orioles have either won or lost by 1 run, 9-2. Are you kidding me? 9-2. And then we're fading the Rays pitcher Drew Rasmussen, who he's all right, but 6-4, 2.96 ERA. This is just really the Orioles showing up as a dog, aka our dog, all over the Orioles. And then, it. We got to go Dodgers, -1.5, -155 on the run line at the Royals. Get that over on DraftKings. I mean, the Dodgers, straight machines. Now 11 in a row, 11-0 on the run line, -1.5. Dodgers on the run line overall, 71-41. Dodgers after a win on the run line, 55-26. Dodgers even good as a road favorite, 35-20 on the run line. They're throwing out there Tyler Anderson, 13-1, 2.72 ERA, 6-1 on the road. Brady Singer, 5-4, 3.49 ERA for the Royals. The Dodgers will eat. And again, we're just going to keep riding the Dodgers on the run line, the Orioles on the run line, and first-time NFL head coaches in the preseason. So give me the Vikings +4. Get that over on DraftKings. Orioles +1.5. -150 on the run line at the Rays. Get that on DraftKings. Dodgers -1.5, -155 at the Royals on DraftKings as well. Make sure you go to BetMGM. Use that promo code JUICE150. Get that risk-free $1,000 bet. Follow us on TikTok at Betting Pros. Follow me on Twitter at Sean T. Green. Check out my other show, Sports Gambling Podcast. Gave out George Pickens, 40-1, Rookie of the Year. Looking pretty good right now. I wanted to give it out on here, but 20-1, it's probably going to be even lower, so we'll see where that goes, but tons of good picks over there as well. You know what to do. Subscribe, rate, and review. And as always, don't forget to let it ride.